Hey everyone, this is Robyn. I'm here with your NEPA shows coming up this week on Friday, November 18th.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond the Break podcast. We are switching it up this week. I'm Robyn. I'm going to be co-hosting this week with...
I'm Ben. I've been here every week so far.
How are you?
I'm John. I'm John.
And John. John's here.
And John.
Everybody loves to see John.
Sometimes.
How are you doing today, Mr. Coordinator Takeover?
I'm all right.
Coordinator. I read them backwards as I was saying.
It's okay. I reply to most things people call me, so it's fine. No, I'm good. I'm okay. Today was a nice day. I woke up. It was so nice outside. I had the doors open. I got fresh air in the house, and the dog barked at everyone. So it was a nice day.
That is a good day.
How was your day today?
My day today was, it was really good. It was kind of laid back, kind of got some stuff done. I'm still unpacking. I moved. So finally getting settled. And this was a surprise that I don't think anybody saw coming. No, so unfortunately, we got a message this afternoon from our guest. We were going to have a videographer on. And unfortunately, for personal reasons that came up, they weren't able to join us tonight. So Eyal let me know, and immediately my mind was like, okay, well, what do we do? And I thought it would be excellent fun to interview him. And initially he said, absolutely not. Then I kind of poked him a couple more times. Yeah, right, I know. So I poked him a little bit more, and then a couple hours later, it was, okay, get with Ben. You're going to be doing the interview tonight, I guess. So we are going to be talking with our founder and director, Eyal Filkovsky.
Which
let's see here.
Perfect because of his history with filmmaking and us being in the pre-production point of the big break. So it'll give us that first great insight into maybe the first steps you should take, maybe some stuff he'll teach them along the way. So yeah, it'll be kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely. And since the bands that are part of the big break contest right now, they are now in round one, which means they have to make a homemade music video. It's got to include 3 different items in it. And we actually have the 3-item reveal here. I'm going to play that video, and then we will introduce Eyal and see what music video we have playing this week.
Sounds fun.
So let's see.
This is the season 4 of the Big Break 3-item release. We've got our guests, Robyn and Johnny. How you doing, Robyn?
Very excited.
Awesome. How about yourself, John?
I'm doing really good. I've never thrown a dart before, so let's see how this goes.
I am frightened for my life. So these darts here, we've got 3 of them. We're going to give 1 to each contestant. And right over here, we've got 20 balloons. Inside each balloon, there's 1 item. So, Robyn, come on up. All right, this is your moment of glory. All right. Well, let's see what you got. Are you excited? No? You're not excited?
I'm very excited.
All right. That camera right there, show them what they are getting.
An envelope.
An envelope, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Robyn. Johnny, you're up next. You excited?
I'm excited. We didn't have darts growing up. One of my cousins got his eyeball taken out, so the whole thing. You go like this, or
there you go. That way, though. That way. I'm gonna go far away over here while you do that.
You go low ball.
Oh. Okay, Johnny. It's okay. It's your first time. I'm still gonna go far away.
Okay.
shoot. Come on over here, Johnny. So, that camera right there. You got a banana! A banana! Oh, man. Are you excited about the banana? That's my favorite fruit. That's your favorite fruit? That's awesome. Did you grab a dart for me? He's gonna grab a dart for me. Just stand by. Oh, boy. All right, Johnny. Thank you very much. All right. So it's my turn now. All right, here we go. Don't pull a Johnny. All right. I pulled a Johnny. I pulled a Johnny. It happens. It happens. This is my first time too. Let's see what we got today. Oh boy. Oh boy. If anybody's seen the movie Little Nicky, you'll appreciate this. It's a pineapple. Alright guys, come on up here. So let's go one more time. What did you get, Robyn?
I've got an envelope.
Johnny? Banana and a pineapple. So, you have until June 30th to complete your DIY video. All 3 of these items need to be in there somewhere. Don't forget to go out there, go to shows, buy the merch, like the pages, and overall, support independent artists.
That video is.
I get such a chuckle, honestly. Every time Johnny's like, it's a banana, I picture like the little avocado kids, like, it's an avocado, thanks. Like, it's a banana. That's every time I see Johnny.
Amazing. Yeah, Johnny's excitement over banana. In the moment, I was on the set and it was real. That was true.
Oh, I
If
don't
there was
doubt that.
anything
Yeah.
real in the
I'm
video-
also really impressed that you guys let him actually have a sharp dart to throw and didn't put like a cork on the end of it. To be honest,
We
like
had him how
We
to
did
use
it. That was a fake. That wasn't a real dart. That was.
it wasn't fake, it was real. We can't.
That was
pretend it
editing, bro.
Don't believe him.
Yeah, that was actually all done in one take. We had help from Zach, who stepped in and had a multi-camera switcher and was actually switching between the cameras that we had set up around the space. We recorded that up at Encore Studios in their video space. So
Nice.
Thank you, Encore Studios, again for sponsoring us this year.
We do like
And
that.
yeah, so that was all put together. Sam had the idea. She came up with the balloons.
She's like, let's
so
give
yeah,
you 3 sharp objects in a room by yourself. That sounds like a great idea.
in theory, maybe not, but I think in application it worked.
So I say the reason I wasn't going to go was because I was asleep because I worked overnight. But the real reason was I figured there'd be sharp objects involved, and the 3 of you in the AM just didn't sound at all. I don't have health insurance. I'm too poor, so I do not want to put myself at risk. So
You know us so well. You might have made the right choice. So yeah, Eyal put all that together, and he's going to be our guest tonight, I guess, as we would say.
Yep.
So he is a digital media expert with a passion for studying video content. He's worked on numerous photo and video productions, bringing his extensive experience as director of photography, camera operator, grip, gaffer, and production assistant to every project that he works on. Today, we're going to be talking about pre-production for video and how to produce high-quality content. With Eyal's experience in producing and directing video productions, he'll share some tips and advice on how to create amazing videos that stand out. And Eyal's journey into the world of digital media didn't happen overnight. Before pursuing his passion for creating content, he spent 6 years serving the United States Air Force. After leaving the service, he went on to study digital filmmaking and video production at the Art Institute of Colorado. Eyal is now based in Northern Pennsylvania and continues to create exceptional video content with his unique style, often described as dark and moody. Anybody who knows him knows that that's definitely true. And with the ability to multitask like a pro, he's always up for a new challenge. So we are going to be bringing Eyal in after this music video, which he actually put together too for the season 1. I think they were the winners of season 1, Your Own Medicine. And here is the video that they submitted for their round 1 DIY music video.
I'm gonna where you fell apart. I see it in your actions. They speak lies. And I think there may have been a circuit explosion inside your heart. It needs to be switched out. I sing terrible things. Why do you act this way? Say terrible things. Why do you act this way? It doesn't have to be this
Awesome.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for having
Welcome.
me.
Yeah, this is
Thanks for
Eyal
coming.
Filkovsky, a filmmaker. Welcome to the podcast. It's good to have you.
Thank you. I've
It's
never
Always
done
good to
one
see
of
a
these.
fresh face on here.
This is one of the weirdest things that I've done in a minute, and anybody who knows me knows I do weird things all the time. So, yeah, this is exciting. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I had to cancel a whole bunch of plans to be here tonight, but I'm
Yeah, weren't you
here.
supposed to host your own podcast tonight somewhere?
Yeah, weren't you? Anyway, thank you for joining us on ours, and I know that we are going to be talking quite a bit about pre-production tonight.
Yep.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that video that we just watched, though?
So yeah, sure. That was Your Own Medicine, the first round of season 1. At that point, we did not do the 3-item thing that we do now. But yeah, they submitted that along with a bunch of other bands, and it got them into round 2, and then round 3, and then they won. So yeah, I was really actually impressed with that video. That's definitely one of the, as far as submissions from bands, that's definitely one of the higher quality ones. Yeah.
So with pre-production, that I know, reading through the bio, it said about how you can really increase the quality of the content in pre-production. So how does that translate to what our bands are trying to do?
Right. Okay. So pre-production, I'm like a pre-production. I'm not going to say the N word.
Fiend?
Not that N word. I'm a pre-production Nazi. Like that's what I do. Like that is.
There were so many other words I thought you were going to say, and that was not even on the list.
Right. That's why I whispered it.
But newbie?
None of them are great.
Right.
No, none of them are.
But no, so like pre-production is important for a few reasons, right? First of all, the more you do in pre-production, the less time you have to spend in production, the less chances of you having to go back and have to get more pickup shots, and the less time you have to spend on editing. And that all costs money, right? So if you're doing pre-production, you're saving money on set, so that's really, really important. There's less scheduling involved, and it helps you get a tighter vision out, in your video.
So pre-production just sounds like a really fancy term for rehearsals and writing scripts and all that.
Yes and no. It's a lot of lists. It's a lot of checklists. It's a lot of just describing your shots on paper. Drawing. I suck at drawing, but even I, with my little stick figures, I end up making storyboards.
So cool. And he was showing me one of them earlier for Black Friday.
Yeah, actually, if anybody's seen Black Friday, I actually found
the short film that got played over in the UK, right?
Yeah, it did over Halloween. So, there's storyboards.
So you draw all of that, and then it's basically each camera shot from moment to moment, so you can watch it alongside the videos.
Right. So what I do with music videos specifically is I take the storyboards and I scan them in to my computer and I put them on the timeline with the music and I cut it where it should be cut. And I watch it and I make sure it makes sense. I make sure it flows. And now not only myself, but everybody on set already knows what it's supposed to look like, so it paints a very, very clear picture. Alongside with that, I have some stuff to show if that's okay. Can I show some stuff?
Heck yeah, please show some stuff.
Okay.
I suppose.
So we got some high-tech wizardry going on here.
Wow.
So this is actually from Your Own Medicine, the band we just watched. This is a shot sheet for their music video that I assume we're going to watch later. I don't know anything about this show, so
Yeah, we actually have one of your little behind the scenes videos we're going to take a look at too.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, I won't tell you where I got it.
But like you see, there's scenes, there's shots. There's location, time of day, shot type, and then it's got descriptions. It even has durations of how long each shot is going to hold for. So we make sure that we shoot extra before and extra after. So we, it leaves us a little playroom there.
Right.
And then there's notes like blue light spill, flickering light, some things that are unusual, like not normal, not standard.
You didn't necessarily expect, yeah.
Right. So like I like to color code as well. And the reason I color code is for instance, shot sheet is here, and then I've got another screen or another what do you call
literal
these?
Wizardry. What do you call these?
Witchcraft.
A sheet.
excelling
where
really mean.
where it breaks down, the location and the shoot order. One thing that really helps you on set when you're shooting is typically you don't shoot in sequence.
Right.
So, and the reason for that is to save on time.
Yeah.
Because you have a camera location in one spot shooting a person doing something, right? And then the next shot in the script or in the shot sheet is someone else somewhere else, right? And then 2 shots later, you go back to that same person that you were just shooting the first time.
Right. So the
So
continuity.
you're setting up, and then you're going back to set up again on that first shot. That's a whole lot of wasted time.
So it makes more sense just to
You already have it set up. You've got your lighting. You've got everything already positioned. Get all those shots.
Make less work for yourself.
Right.
That's a good tip, fans, if you're listening.
And your crew is going to appreciate it. Your actors are going to appreciate it because now they're not just sitting around twiddling their thumbs, waiting to do their thing. You can actually, scheduling is easier as well because now you're shooting 1 or 2 people in one direction, get all of their shots out of the way. They can go home or they can go take a nice, 2-3 hour break and then come back, for the next set of shots somewhere else where they're involved. So, it's super, super important. Another thing that I do is, for instance, I break things down like scene 1. I've got locations, props that are needed, wardrobes, what talent,
like a packing list for when you go on vacation.
Right. The talent, that needs to be on set and ready, and then any kind of effect, special effects stuff. And we did a lot of green screen work with this one specifically. We've got crew, cast, it's super, super, super important to have this stuff for reference for everything. Another thing that I do, which I don't have with me, but so those storyboards, I print them out, I make copies, I print them out, and I cut them out into like little squares, and I place them all over my floor. And then I take shots that look similar in the same location, and I put them in a pile. Another pile.
That's smart.
And that's how I come up with my shoot order.
Well, that's kind of cool.
There's in the behind the scenes video that we're gonna play. You'll see in some shots I'm wearing a hat and I have like this paper in my hat. Those are those shots stapled together in order. So I have it, I pull it out, I look, we get the shot, I rip it out, and I throw it. We're on the next shot now. And that, makes sure that we have everything, that, we're not skipping anything, we're not missing anything. Can we play that?
Yeah, why don't we play that video? So this is a behind the scenes video of Eyal on the set.
Yeah, it's no, it's behind the scenes of making the winner's music video. And if you're a contestant out there and you're watching this, this is what you can expect.
Great job, host.
Now you can push the button.
Great job, John.
I'm purposely ruining your good transition because you ruined Robyn's good transition. Because she nailed that. She introduced it perfect.
I don't feel very welcome on your show.
This show is mean.
It's not his show.
And cut up.
I'm Eyal Filkovsky. I go by Phil. I'm the owner of eFilf Productions. In 2012, eFilf Productions and Trevor Rocks Denver got together and created the Big Break, which is a competition for Colorado bands where the winning band receives a fully produced music video from eFilth Productions. Your Own Medicine ended up winning the Big Break competition, and they didn't have a professionally produced audio track to go for their video. So we got together with Brian Knopf from Maximum Level Audio, and he recorded a track for them for the video. Your Own Medicine picked One Man Show as the song for their video. The song One Man Show is kind of like your subconscious telling yourself to go out and not do the same routine every day and just do something with your life. Quit being a sheep. One of the steps in pre-production that we took, which was extremely helpful, is actually storyboarding. I took those, I cut them all out, scanned them all in, and actually put them on the timeline in Adobe Premiere to the song. So everybody that walked on set actually already knew what the video would look like before the first time we hit record on that camera. That was extremely helpful. So the first day on set, we got there, I believe it was like 6 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. or something, and Ken showed up with his huge 18-foot panel truck full of equipment. So we had a crew of 25, so a bunch of people went outside and brought all the gear in, we set up.
Hi, my name is Cougar Littlefield. I play the lead office guy, and my face is looking really sickly because I've basically just had it day in and day out working in the classic cubicle farm. Working with a crew that gives you basically the freedom to get in the zone of acting. I think knowing that everyone has their places and feel zoned in on directing, and it's such a professional crew, I get the chance just to get in the moment, which for an actor is, you know, our bread and butter and favorite thing.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's been really fun, and it's my first time ever being involved in something like this, so it's really exciting and educational.
Phil is excellent about providing feedback and letting you know what needs to be done. So in that way, I really feel like I am contributing to the production. Once we're on set, that's where it really starts to happen.
A lot of people waking up that early isn't that great, but when I'm coming to do this, which is my everyday job, it's awesome. Shout out to eFilf for having me on the crew. I love working with these guys. They're awesome. Love the work that we are able to put out as a team.
Shout out to eFilf Productions. Definitely. You rule.
eFilf is awesome. These are some of the most creative, fun-loving, professional people that I've ever worked with. They know how to get stuff done. Like, this is, you know, as you've heard from everybody, it's a very professional experience, but it's also like, it's a really good time. Everybody's super laid back.
The eFilth production experience has been just great. I mean, it's amazing getting to see everyone in the zone doing what they know best and being passionate.
An actor gets in the zone by taking a breath of fresh air first and letting his character out.
Phil is an awesome person to work for. He's been not only my best friend, but at the same time, the greatest boss ever.
He really has a passion for filmmaking that is, you can't teach it. So it's really inspiring to see that, and good to see him, you know, going places with it.
eFilf has been very professional and courteous, and I'm very hopeful that we'll get to work together again.
This is a glamorous part of filmmaking, washing the windows.
One of the biggest challenges with this video was the amount of post-production that went into it. And we knew going into the video initially the amount of work that was going to be down the road. Luckily, I have James Nelson on my side, and he can really create some magic out of nothing. Some of the stuff he does is just amazing. I did the actual cut of the video, timing it, putting all the clips in place, and then I sent the file over to him.
My name is James Nelson. I was part of post-production. I did a lot of visual effects, a lot of chroma keying, a lot of camera tracking. Created the scan beam going across the guy's face. That was not actually real, of course, which is more apparent in some shots than others because, well, there's no scanners there. So the flickering of the fluorescent lenses, so all the fluorescence that you see, there's 2 shots. Those lights were not on, of course. The blowouts, I would say, are my most fun just because they're bright and they're cool, so I think they're very eye-catching. So had fun with those.
The most intense experience of my life. Yeah, definitely.
The first day was on location. I was trying to help out a little bit, doing the slate and everything, so it was a lot of work to see everybody and all the responsibilities that each individual had to do to make that thing work.
Cameras and all the stuff, it was so awesome. So like just going through that day and kind of nervous showing up, not knowing how it was going to go, and then just everyone there was so nice, and they were there to try to help us out, which was so awesome. So yeah, that was a great day. They were all so awesome, but I always think about that day a lot.
20 people watching you singing your songs over and over again. I tell you, it was kind of creepy at first, a little bit weird, but after a while it was like more comfortable, and I feel like we play the song better now than we ever have because we played it at least 50 or 60,000 times in a row. You guys all know that for sure.
It's incredible to see how much is involved. To see that everybody could smile and laugh through it and have a good time was absolutely encouraging. And you know, it spreads. You know, made it easier for us.
The next day when we did the behind the scenes stuff and on location in the where we were, storage unit, I guess that was kind of cool. You know, throwing dust around and getting kind of dirty, and the nitty gritty stuff was kind of cool. So our sponsor, Brave American Hero, did all the wardrobe and stuff for the video, so that was kind of cool. Collaborate with all those companies, and
you know, some of the people that were involved in it have become good friends of ours, and I think that's special.
It was incredible. It was really cool to see Ken working, having all the awesome equipment that I couldn't even begin to pronounce or figure out what it was, and having so many people in the building and having so much love and so much compassion towards one common goal was my favorite thing. Like half you guys were strangers before we met you, and now it's like every time we do something band-wise, it's the same crowd. It'll be the same group.
My favorite moment of this video production is the same as my favorite moment in any video production, and that's seeing an entire group of people come together and work as one unit with the same goal in mind, the same end game in mind. And like everything just seemed to fall in line, and all the puzzle pieces fit. And I'm very, very proud of the final product that we have.
It's been a wonderful pleasure to be a part of it.
I mean, whether it's moving lights, coiling cables, like if you're wearing an eFilf shirt, guaranteed to be a good time, guaranteed.
I want to give a shout out to the whole eFilf team. I am honored to wear this shirt. It's been super awesome working with you guys, and I hope for many, many good things in the future. I think we're just at the beginning of something big here.
I gotta call myself out because I have the shirt and I didn't wear it.
That's all good. That's all good. So to clear some stuff up, I used to go by Phil instead of Eyal. In my production company in Colorado, I used to have a production company in Colorado called eFilf Productions. It was E was for Eyal, Phil, and F for Filkovsky. I still use the the logo today. Even though the company's no longer, you know, I love the logo. I can't, I just can't get rid of it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a fire fucking logo. It's so good. It's too good to give up.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It actually says eFilf back.
I mean, look at it. It's fucking okay.
So here's a question that I have that I don't know really that we ever discussed. Just a question that came to mind. Are there any venues that you have shot video at for like music videos?
Yes.
Like music venues. Okay.
I mean, none here in the area, but I mean, a ton in Colorado. Gothic Theater, Fillmore. What's that one called? I forget what that one's called. But yeah, definitely. Actually, there's a different music video for Novus Folium that I did, and we had to make a venue look full of people, and we only had like 8 plus the crew. So we stuck some crew in there and we shot it in a way where it just looks like it's a full venue. So yeah, no, definitely some tricks in there and stuff.
Because I'm curious, because I know that at least one of the bands in the past, if I'm not mistaken, it was 570, maybe, that had in their video some sort of house show almost, or like a live aspect to the storyline of their video. So I'm wondering, as far as pre-production goes, like, is there anything that you would say bands should prepare for ahead of time for shooting on a kind of a flighty location like that, where they can't control so many variables?
So first, don't shoot there unless you get permission to do it while there's nothing going on. So every time I shoot in venues, restaurants, stores, anything, bars, it's after hours. It's when they're closed. Everyone in the bar is an extra. They're not actually there, drinking and having a good time. They're having a good time, but it makes it look like a full bar, especially if there's dialogue involved. You can't get clear dialogue if you're at a bar. So you get the dialogue, everybody is moving around and acting like they're talking and stuff, but they're actually just silent. You get the shots, you get everything you need, and then you add bar sounds later, in the back. You put some music in the background and, do a, what is it? High pass filter, I think is what it is. You basically make it sound like, a little muffled in the background, to make it seem like it's actually in a bar. Actually, anytime you shoot anything that requires audio, the only thing that you're really supposed to capture is dialogue. Everything else, from pen clicking, money being put on the table and sliding, drinks, ice in the drinks, all of that is sound effects. That's lit.
So don't sit there on set and try and get those sounds. Prepare ahead not to, and make a different plan for that.
Right. As far as those sound effects, you can either create them yourself. You can look up Foley art. And that's how you do it. Or you just go online and purchase a sound effects pack. There's nothing wrong with that either if you're limited on resources like that.
Don't take them illegally off of other sites, though, because then you get dinged for things.
Right. Yeah. Don't do that. Not just because
your own original work first.
Not because you get dinged, but I mean, it's also
tacky
thing. To me, it's a pride thing. It's like, everything is legit. Everything has either been made or legally purchased. And that's just the way it should be, and if you're stealing, it's stealing. You're stealing somebody else's work. They worked for it. They made it, give them respect that they deserve. You wouldn't want anybody stealing off of you.
And also, if you're ripping something off of like offline, there's a good chance you might end up ripping a virus, because most of those apps and things that you're looking to use to rip that are gonna not necessarily be the greatest in the world.
Right.
Yeah. So it's better overall. So
it's like somebody referring to your
you did see a FS 700. That's what that was. Yep. Good catch.
What does that mean for none of
those? That's the camera.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the camera that Ken was using on set.
So, how much does camera quality go into what our contestants are going to be doing? Like, how can they in pre-production consider that?
Okay, make sure it's well lit. You know, that's a big thing. You can download, if your camera on your phone, you can use your phone camera. If your camera doesn't already have like manual options where you can set the brightness and you can set like ISO. ISO is a big thing. The grain that you see sometimes, that's generally ISO. And you can reduce how much ISO you use, higher ISO, more grain, and brighter. So it brings brightness into it. So if you bring lights in or shoot in a way that, you know, there's light on your talent, then you can, you know, really reduce that and give it like a cleaner look.
And that's not something, and it doesn't cost a ton of money to light something. Like I've got a $20 ring light here. That's the only reason you can even see me right now. So good lighting can be found at cost too.
Shop lights. People use shop lights.
Oh yeah. Use what you have. You've got most bands. If you're a band and you have your own lighting that you bring to a gig, set that to bright on and aim it.
Everybody's phone has a flashlight in it, right? Get enough of those in a room. I'm sure it'd be pretty cool.
You know, those work for close-ups. Seriously, they do. They work for close-ups. Or absolutely.
Okay.
If you're doing a car scene, what I've done in the past was, you know, they used to have commercials. I don't really watch TV anymore, but there's these round lights that you can like put in your closet and stuff. You press them. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you punch them and they turn on.
Those are perfect for interior, like if you're shooting like inside a car or inside a vehicle at night, those are perfect.
Oh, because you don't want to run the battery out or
anyone
anything.
here has ever gone to the haunted house at Knoebels, at the very no, you haven't. Okay, so
I'm a wuss.
I think this we're talking about those lights. So the haunted house, it's the hokiest thing in the world. It's so cheesy, but the very last thing that happens is you get these two bright lights in your face as a horn honks, like it's about to hit you, and then you drop down and go around it. But it's meant to just scare the crap out of you, and that's all it was. Like, because once the lights are on, your eyes kind of adjust. You realize, oh, it's just two light bulbs shining in my face. Like it doesn't.
One of the exercises we had in school for when it comes to lighting was actually grab a flashlight, go into your bathroom, look in the mirror, and just see how the light affects your face just by like moving it around. And you'll see how much you can do just with placing a light, you know, at a certain place. Another thing that I would suggest is to just go online, go to YouTube and look up just basic 3-point lighting. You know,
3-point lighting.
3-point lighting. I'm a huge fan of backlighting. It separates your talent from the background. Yeah, I love lighting, man. That's like one of my favorite things. You know, you can change the entire atmosphere, entire mood, just by that.
Out for the rest of the thing, just aiming the camera at my face.
Another thing that you can do is with the shop lights and stuff. If you do something like that, what I would do is get LED light bulbs because they don't get hot. And then if the light is too strong, you can get like the pantyhose to put over the light to diffuse it.
Yes, I remember using that trick when we were shooting some of the in the break room sessions last season.
Yep. So yeah, no, definitely that's huge. So I mean, go ahead.
I was going to toss out like if there's other options. I've had to use in the theater. I'm sure some of it translates well. If you can't afford gels, they sell colored cellophane.
Right.
So you can like just as long as you're using light bulbs that don't get super hot. Like there's so many.
I've done that too. When I was younger, I used to have a little video camera, and me and my friends actually tried making a music video. And that's how we changed the color of the room. We wanted it blood red, and so I wrapped it in red cellophane.
Right.
It's a good trick.
Question for you, Robyn. Do you still have the music video?
I don't think we ever finished it. It was a lofty dream as a teenager, so I didn't quite finish it. But I do have the camera, and once I unpack it, I will see what I can find. Maybe there's a video that I can share with everybody.
Yeah. So,
You don't want that.
so we saw the behind the scenes of that music video. Do you want to actually watch the music video and kind of see how everything?
Do you want to do that now?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Damn
it,
Before you hit play, though, I do want to mention, just for our audience members, for the bands that are competing, while we do love to see a great, fun music video, the quality is not necessarily what we're looking for. That will not affect your progression to the next round, but it will affect your fan base. So do what you can.
And keep in mind that this video, you know, first of all, you're not allowed to use any live footage, right? Everything's got to be planned and prepared.
Right. So when I said shooting at a venue, I did not mean at a show. Let me make that clear to the bands.
Right. One of the things that, you know, we tell our bands is they can't post it anywhere until after the round one voting is done. So think of it this way, right? You're already putting your effort into making a video for the contest. Put a little extra effort into it, because that's a video that you can use once the contest is over, or at least round one is over. You can use that as your own video. That's your video, you know.
Regardless of what happens with the competition, you'll always have that video.
Right.
Like,
right. And it's something to be proud of, you know. It really is.
Well, but, there are social media sites for bands too. For people looking for bands, looking for entertainment. Imagine going on there where you're looking for like a new singer or a new drummer to join your band or something like that, and you've got a music video that you can throw up there, and people, oh, what's your band like? Boom, here's a music video of what we did.
Yeah,
and we make the video ourselves. You know, I mean, that's big. That's
a big. You'll get way more attention than just, oh, these guys have a few audio clips of what they play. You know?
Right. Right.
So,
but yeah, so this is Your Own Medicine one-man show.
Who are you? What are you involved in? You could be anyone. Just who are you today? You could be a hero. Assume the life you live. Or you could just be the jester. Carry on with this mockery. But you can sell yourself without a soul. Try and be yourself. You could be a hero. Assume the life you live. Or you could just be the jester. Carry on with this mockery. I'm just trying to let you know that you can't sell yourself without a soul. It's time to let it go. No, you can't sell yourself, you'll be down alone. I'm just letting you go. Try to keep it down, you know you can't walk out on your own show.
Nito Burrito.
Yeah. So a lot of green screen work in there, a lot of tracking. Thank you, John.
Oh.
That was the nicest thing you've said all day.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
So somebody says, what was on the symbols?
we just put some like dirt on there.
Okay.
Just for a little extra something.
So you saw them play live, right? Of
Me?
course, during
Yes.
the
Many
first
times.
season of the Big Break. I know that you like to go to shows around here, don't you?
Oh yeah.
You really do. Is it appropriate to? Well, yeah. So, what's a venue that you love to go to, and why?
That's a good question. I really like the Keystone stage.
Okay.
I like that they have the separation between the stage area and like the lobby.
Yeah.
You know, and they're constantly upgrading and adding new things, and they're just really nice people.
Yeah. All ages too, right?
Yeah, it's all ages. They sell one of our sponsors' products.
Mad Twisted Hatter.
Yep.
Go get you some sodas. They have sodas now. They have the chocolate there. What else do they have, G?
I gotta get them all. I'm making that his new slogan. Stealing that from Pokemon.
That's not going to be a problem, I'm sure.
Yeah, and the cool thing is the winner of the contest this season gets to have one of Mad Twisted products named after them for the life of that product, you know. So
and they get to play at the Keystone stage.
Yeah.
Do you know who else is playing this week?
I have no idea.
Because I think
You know?
I think I do. And if you want, I'm going to tell you what shows are going on in NEPA this week.
Hi, it's Robyn with this week's original shows in northeastern Pennsylvania. On Friday the 7th at Finola's Irish Pub in Stroudsburg, Roots in Bluestone, at Shawnee Craft Brewing in Shawnee-on-Delaware, Ava, at Northern Lights Espresso Bar in Scranton, Michelle Pagan, at Waldo's Tavern in Scranton, Jeremy Burke, at Pisano Family Wines in Hunlock Creek, Gracie Jane Sinclair, at the Montford Inn in Shepton, Patrick Motto, at the Creekside Inn in Tunkhannock, Better Than Bad. On Saturday the 8th at Breaker Brewing Outpost in Archbald, J. Luke, at the Stonehouse in Carbondale, What, at Shawnee Craft Brewing in Shawnee-on-Delaware, Hannah Noel during the day and Lonesome Found at night, at Marie Antoinette Inn in Wyalusing, the Dishonest Fiddlers. On Sunday the 9th at the Stonehouse in Carbondale, Luke Tinklepaw. On Wednesday the 12th at Anomaly Craft Brewing in Berwick, Dave Keys and Friends, and at the Stone Creek Bar and Grill in Hunlaw Creek, Singer-Songwriter Night. If you want your show featured on the next episode, go to thebigbreak.org/podcast and click the Submit Your Show button. That's all for this week. Make sure to head to a show, spread the word, and support independent artists.
Wow, you talk really fast. Good job.
Really wish we had some.
That was that was mean. Hey, you talk fast.
It's
And
actually
clearly, fast and clearly.
No, I wanted to come in and clap for
well.
Robyn again. Sorry.
Whereas I speak like I got a mouthful of marbles.
I've done that. So there was one day where I spoke too slow, and we actually had some wizardry speed up my voice and match it to my pitch all the way through, and nobody was any the wiser. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
So when we talk about post-production, that's post-production.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, like, pre-production is key, you know. To me, it's key.
That was Bill from the other night. We got to record a segment on the Pennsylvania rock show with Build the Scene Radio, and Bill was the gentleman to host, and he does a similar segment where they're based out of Pittsburgh. They do monthly show updates and keep everybody informed out there. So Bill, thank you for doing what you do.
Bill, you're rock.
Thank you again for having us.
And we have, I'm going to take that right there and say we have a couple of the special events coming up soon as well. More takeovers are coming. So we're just going to throw that on top of your thing. We finally got a few more books. So we've got, I'm going to go ahead, the bars, I won't release the dates until we have the pages up, but we've got Litsy's Lounge is going to be doing a takeover. We've got Gober's Deco Lounge is doing a takeover. And Fiddler's Green Irish in Larksville is doing a takeover. So that's 3 other venues spread from Larksville out to where are they? Avoca, Duryea, whatever's over that way. DuPont, something that way. Duryea, I think it is.
There's 7 more in more now, actually, even more than 7. We got to talk, Ben. But in queue.
No, I'm loving how the bands are so responsive to the takeover events. Like they're all excited to play. They're gonna come out. Between 2 to 4 bands a night. It's most of I think we're talked about. Most of them are going to be done by midnight for that, at least that part of it. And then if I'm there, I'm DJing until the end of the show, until 2 o'clock in the morning, because that way you're not done at midnight. The bands might be done, but you can still sit there and drink and enjoy some music or dance if it's a club or whatever. But I've gone to all these venues. Like I know all these venue managers, and they're all really fun places with a lot of interesting regulars that go out to each one. So
right,
we're gonna have fun nights at all those places, and probably scare the crap out of the locals when they see us walk in the door. Which I'm down.
How many of the bands have signed up to do takeovers?
Let's see. We've got.
I mean, most of them agreed to doing them. It's just a matter of when they're available.
I thought we were going to see more
now. 18 out of the 40.
So I would say that's not even enough. Get to it, bands. We're giving you an opportunity.
Honestly, we just need the bands to go ahead and go in on the file they were sent and click on the days they're available at the venues they're available.
And I'll double down on this.
Of each venue on there for them, they can pick which one they like and have at it. Click on multiple
venues.
ones,
We're looking at you too. Maybe the bands didn't sign up because there weren't enough of you. So we want to see more venues too.
Hey, more venues would be good.
Yep.
You're not getting off the hook easy here, pal.
You heard it from John first.
I'm wearing these weird headphones that make me look like I have
mostly a dull buzzing sound in my ear.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Thanks, Ben.
So do you want to plug anything for yourself here? Well, you've got a platform to do that.
I am for hire.
Hire him.
I do. I will plug myself. My own
I am for hire right now. I am in between jobs. And while I'm in between jobs, I've got a lot of time that I can go out there and either do photo shoots, music videos. I love doing shorts, basically anything like that. Commercials and stuff, I do those too.
Don't ask.
Not as
we all take rivers to pay the bills. I get it.
Right. But yeah, so my website is ayalvisualartist.com. It's right here.
I'm getting it.
But yeah.
It's always good to have, at the very minimum, fresh headshots for all those things you want to share with your fans or autograph for when you get big.
Yep.
Oh, you got it.
That's for sure.
For sure. I'm here like, I got it.
There you go. Yep. Robyn was doing host tonight. She was running the show. She was getting comments up there. Shout out to her tonight.
Yay, Robyn.
Shout out to John for clapping for everybody. That's a big
I'm just trying to hype
role.
up the crowd. I'm just trying to get everybody hyped. That's all.
Ben did great. Eyal did great. Everybody did great. Johnny did great.
Other than the dart shots, which were horrible, other than Robyn's, which I will also clap for. But we have no athletes on this team here. That's what I found out from that. But till next week, folks.
Yeah, so we've got one more video here to close with. So we've got the video that Eyal's going to introduce.
Yeah. So
how's that for a transition?
Yeah.
So Casey Orr, who was one of the guys that worked with me. I don't even want to say for me, with me at my production company. Casey Orr, he's actually going to be a guest here on April 27th.
Birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
I'm like that. Sorry.
So this is a video that he directed. I produced. I did the lighting for it, and there's one like really cool part in there where we put the guitarists. They're doing like a dual solo back to back on this like spinning board. So you'll see that. That was pretty fun. So before the music video, there's a short little. Again, behind the scenes, because that's what we're all about, on these next 3 months here. I assume, because I don't know anything about this podcast.
Yeah, so the next 3 months, we're going to have special guests who are going to be talking about video production. Specifically in April, we're going to have pre-production. During May, we're going to have production, and June, we're going to have post-production.
Right. So, it's mostly for the contestants so they can, follow along and ask questions, get ideas. But yeah, so we've got the short little behind the scenes video, and right after that, we're going to go right into the music video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on your podcast.
Thanks for joining us.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love you guys. I know we just met, but
Aw, it's like that. We love you too. Play the video.
You're all right.
Okay. Who's pressing the button, John?
You.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna have you do it, but
Damn it,
I'm Galen with Iconocost. I play guitar, sing a little bit. Devil to Believe kind of is my direct attack on people who, I guess, hypocrites is the easiest way to put it. People who maybe you grew up with, that every day you guys were having a great time, and one day they're like, oh, I found Jesus. Like, okay, well, that's great. We can still be friends, but then they kind of push that on you and tell you that everything that you do is wrong, regardless of what they did in their past and things like that. And maybe some of these people are a little bit still hypocritical of themselves in their actions. It's just now that they found a new way, they feel like they need to impress that upon everybody else, regardless of their own actions. Just to say I don't like that. I mean, it's not that I have anything against Christianity or anything in specifics, but, don't push your shit on me if you're not going to, look at your own life. So that's kind of where it goes.
My name is Casey Michael Orr, and I'm a producer, director, and production manager for eFilth Productions. I've been working with eFilth Productions for about a year now, more and more involved levels. Now we're kind of partnering up with a couple people that we know to make it stronger. It's great because we're able to take on a lot more and do a lot better things with the projects.
eFilth Productions was a lot of fun. Everybody was really cool. We had a good time. Laid back. There wasn't just like this tension in the air about like, this must happen this way. Pretty chill and just made it easy. The most challenging part was certainly hanging from that beam right above me that you can't see. But, harness and everything like that was very much less than fun, but hopefully it looks good in the final product.
Some of the most fun things for the shoot for me was the first time I've ever had some lenses and a new cinematographer that I hadn't got a chance to work with, and Quinn Maxwell was just a real treat to get to be behind him and watching the stuff that he was able to pull off with some of his lenses and his knowledge behind the camera.
So round and round and round we go with the little invention we created. Certainly the most interesting thing we did. Had the camera spinning one way and we were spinning the other way, trying to stay balanced while playing dual guitar solos back to back.
We had a killer group of people helping us out, led by Eyal Filkovsky, who's also the CEO. He did the lighting for this, and I described to him the way I wanted it to look, and he made it happen ingeniously. And so I kept getting chills. So that was, I think pretty much most of the parts of this production were fun and exciting for me to see how it came together, how this group is really able to take something that I've been thinking up for the last couple of weeks and make it a reality and make it look better than I thought it was going to. I didn't think it was going to look good.
Well, we've been kind of writing on and off for the last maybe year and a half. After we finished the last album, we even had some of the material was possibly going to make it on that last album. And what we're doing is we're trying to, budgets are tight, the economy's a little hard, so we're going to release an EP now. We were saying mid-May, now it looks like we might push it back to June.
Directing this was really interesting. We're trying to get it out so that the band has time to let the video get digested and get kind of seen by people to build up the momentum, social media and stuff like that for their upcoming EP.
Iconocost.com, we got links to every social media site. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, or anything else you want, YouTube. which is where we'll be seeing this. But no, that's it. We had a good time. Hopefully everybody enjoys the video.
I feel like my nuts are in a vice right now.